Well, here I am with another makeup video that nobody asked for. But I will still keep on making them. You're welcome. Hey Corillo, I'm Nemesis. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I need to calm down. Alright, before we get into this video, let's talk about the song of the motherfucking week. Okay, so this week we're throwing it back. We're throwing it back to the good old days of 2007, when your girl was very much straightening her hair to make it seem like I had those like fucking long bangs that the emo scene kids had. Yeah, that era. And the song is Crush Crush Crush, a Paramore classic. If you know, you motherfucking know. I love Paramore. I love each and every single one of the albums they came out with. And Crush 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 was a motherfucking classic, and that's on period. Alright, let's move on. So today's video is going to be all about new stuff at the drugstore. And honestly, drugstore brands have been stepping it the fuck up, sis. And we gotta give them credit. So yeah, I just wanna try them on camera, give you my honest review about them so that you know if you should spend your monies or not. Alright, moving on to the first new drugstore products. We got this one. Woo! Jesus. We got this one from Revlon. This is the Revlon Color Stay Light Cover Foundation with natural finish, sunscreen broad spectrum SPF 35. I was very excited to see this come out from Revlon because I'm all about sheer coverage foundations, you know? This is natural finish, it's not dewy, but I can get behind it. I got mine in the shade Natural Tan because the one before was way too light and the one right after Natural Tan was the color orange. Zoom you right in so that you can get up close and personal with this foundation. So I'm gonna dot her around. You see that this shade is just, it's questionable. I'm gonna dot her around and blend it with my beauty sponge. All right, so as you can see, yeah, it doesn't provide a lot of coverage, but that's fine because it's a light coverage foundation. It's literally in the name of the product. Okay, I added one more thin layer to see if I can up the coverage on this, even though I don't want it, but you know, it's just for science so that you guys can see if you want to build this up more. I don't know, sis. I'm just doing it for the people, okay? Okay, and this is what it looks like. This is 2 thin layers of foundation blended out with a beauty sponge. I think it's good. I think this is so nice. It looks very natural. I feel like this coverage is pretty fucking solid. For something that claims to be light coverage, it does have more coverage than what I thought it was going to have, you know? Alright, second product is also not completely new. It's the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. Mine is in the shade Medium Honey. Listen, this concealer is not new. Flower Beauty is not new. But Flower Beauty in CVS, that's new. So I thought, okay, this kind of counts as new in the drugstore, right? Okay. Anyways, this is such a great concealer. It claims to be full coverage. And I don't usually love full coverage concealers, but this one is natural looking enough that I can get behind it. You know what I mean? Also, I don't use a whole lot. I'm gonna spot conceal this thing I have there, this thing I have there. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit on the eyes. I just do that. Peep the coverage in this. Peep the coverage. I mean, she's concealed and she is brightened. Like it's full coverage, but it's still luminous. It's still smooth. It's not cakey. It's not Tarte Shape Tape, you know? It's not that shit. I'm gonna go set this with a powder that is absolutely not new at all. It is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I'll be right back. It'll be like, I'm back. Okay. Face has been setted. Let's move on. All right, so for bronzer, this is also something that it's been out for a minute, but I could never freaking find it absolutely anywhere. And it is a little recent. Like, I feel like this came out a couple of months ago. This bronzer is fucking enormous. This is almost the size of my face. But I gotta be careful though, because I used this I think twice already, and she's pigmented, sis. She packs a punch. So I literally just have to go like, and that's it. It's not bad though. Like this color just suits me very well too. It's a little bit red toned, but it just goes with me. It just goes with my undertone and everything. Like it just works. The finish of it reminds me kind of like a cream bronzer, you know? It's not wet, but it just melts into the skin a little bit easier than a lot of other like matte bronzers. You see this glow over here? You see, it's still luminous, and I fuck with that. Okay, let's move on to blush. So this one is a recent new launch. Okay, so don't come at me. This one is from e.l.f. and it is their e.l.f. Putty Blush. It's their very like deep reddish shade. It reminded me of the one from Fenty Beauty, their Rosé Latte Cream Blush. Very similar. So these putty blushes are supposed to be like a cream to powder situation. They set on the skin matte. So they're very mask friendly. I've used them with masks and they don't transfer as much as my other cream blushes do. This is a bit of an intense color, so thread lightly, okay? Because they can also pack a punch. I only picked up like the tiniest little bit. Oh, but they blend out so easily and so quick. These are so nice. These are so nice and so easy to use. Okay, let's move on to brows. Okay, so there was an exciting new launch by a brand that I talked my shit about. And I am talking about the brand NYX. So they came out with this little baby right here. This is the brow glue. It's literally just called that. So I'm just gonna go fill in my eyebrows. This is not new. This is the same eyebrow pencil that I always use. And I'll be right back to show you how this works. Okay, I'm back. Eyebrows have been filled. Let me zoom you in even more. Let's get more personal in here, shall we? Okay, so this is the way that I like to use it. So I like depositing most of the product in the front of my eyebrows because that's where I want the most fluffiness. And then this is key. This is key. You have to push the product in with your fingers. Like you just have to press down the hairs on your skin so that they stay like that for longer. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna go do the same thing on this eyebrow. Be right back. And I'm back. And now they're both fluffy. They're both spiked up. This product honestly gives me like the same look that I would get if I used soap brows or if I had my eyebrows, you know, laminated. It's really good. Okay, now that I have you this up close and personal, let's move on to the eyes. Okay, first I'm gonna prime my eyes, which is something that I don't regularly do because I don't wear that much eyeshadow. But I saw this and I was like, sure, why not? And it's also from e.l.f. It is their Putty Eye Primer in the shade Cream. But let's see if it actually makes my, I don't know, my eyeshadow look better or more bright or whatever. Okay, eyes are primed. Let's move on to the two products that I'm gonna be using for my eyes. First, we have another launch from e.l.f. So they came out with these little pencils. There's like a bunch of other shades. These are the two shades that caught my attention. And today I'm only gonna be using this one. So this is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. This one is in the shade Magnetic Pull. It's this beautiful taupey shade. So I'm gonna put this all over my little lids. I freaking love it. All right, and second product we're gonna be putting on our eyes is this one. This palette is called their Wet n Wild Color Icon 10 Pan Shadow Palette. This color story just gives me what I want. Let's play with this, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is kind of like a deeper version of the color that I already have on my eyes. And I'm gonna take it in a small blending brush. And I'm just gonna deepen up this color a little bit on around the crease. Now, without adding any more product, I'm just gonna take a bigger, fluffier blending brush and just kind of like work it out. All right, next I'm gonna take this very shimmery shimmer. Sis, I freaking love that shade so much because you see how intense that silver is? Bitch! So I picked that up with my fingy and I'm just gonna put it mostly in the more inner parts of my eyelid. So I'm gonna pick up just a tiny bit more of that taupey shade. Okay, I already did the same on the other eye. Now I'm gonna take a little liner brush and we're gonna dip into that very intense black. And I'm going to attempt to do a very diffused type of wing. Now I'm gonna take a more dense brush like this one and I'm gonna try to smudge it. Let me do the same on the other eye. Hold, please. Okay, we're back. The wings have been applied. They are even. Now to finish the eyeshadow portion of this video, I'm gonna take a little baby blending brush like this one. I'm gonna take that same taupey shade and I'm going to just sweep it under my eyes and that's it. That's it. Alright, and for the last new product at the drugstore that we're gonna feature on this little makeup look, we got another thing from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. And I've really been liking it. This mascara is very pleasant to use, if I'm being honest. It's like I can honestly keep applying and applying and applying. And it's not gonna be looking any like crazy. It's not looking spidery. It's looking nice. And also those very thin little bristles really like grab onto each and every single one of my little eyelash hairs. All right, and these are the eyes completed. I'm gonna go put on a lip because I have nothing new in the lips department. And I'll be right back to show you the final look. Okay, I'm back and I added a lip and some fake freckles and whatnot. Anyways, this is the final look. I feel so hot. I feel like attractive. I feel sexy. I hope this was helpful to you guys if you were thinking about purchasing some of these new launches from Drugstore Brands. Hope this answered any questions you might have had. If you have more questions, please comment down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you did, I love you. You're amazing. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Mimio6 for more pictures of my face and stuff like that. And most importantly, have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye!